What's up, everyone? Welcome back to One Last Try Gaming. I am Gambino, and joining me tonight, as always, for a very special episode, or start of special episodes, is Griebs and Cook. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello.
Awesome. We have a real treat for you tonight because we're starting a new series. I'm just gonna say it. If we get copywritten, we get copywritten or copy striked. We are doing our own take on the famous Taskmaster TV show, where we have come up with crazy ideas for our contestants to do. Each of us is taking a turn being Taskmaster. I am the first Taskmaster, and we're gonna jump right in to the very first task. Are you guys ready to see what our Taskmaster has come up with?
Yes.
I'm excited.
Okay. So, let's jump right in.
Alrighty, get this started. Minecraft up here. Let's check out the task. In Minecraft creative mode, create a video game themed pixel art image. You'll have 3 hours to create your image. Your art must be recognizable as someone somewhere from a video game. Your art must be larger than 50 by 50 blocks. Wow, the Taskmaster will judge whose art pleases him the most. I am a horrible artist, but this is funny. You may not use an auto-generator tool to create your image. In the game, you must hand place every block. I didn't even know there was a thing like that. Alright, so creative mode.
All right, so now that we've seen the start of Cooks, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you guys the start of Griebs. Griebs pixel art presentation.
Hey everybody, it is Griebs here from One Last Try. I am ready.
Oh, you did
to
like a formal
jump into
intro.
Dino's task. It is a Minecraft task. That's all I know so far. So I got my Minecraft launched here, and I'm gonna read the task the first time. Let's see what it says. Task number 1. Task 1. In Minecraft creative mode, create a video game themed pixel art image. You will have 3 hours to create your image. Your art must be recognizable as something/someone/somewhere from a video game. Your art must be larger than 50 by 50 blocks. The Taskmaster will judge whose art pleases him the most. You may not use an auto-generator tool to create your image in the game. You must hand place every block. Video game themed pixel art image.
You can see the wheels turning here.
Okay. So,
Griebs is
I'm
panicking.
freaking out at this point, for the record. Exactly.
Yeah, so is I.
Art is not my forte at all.
Yep. So here's
Episode of forte, my weak A.
You may notice that both of you started this off the exact same way by going through the game modes and selecting creative and then making the game as easy as possible in terms of difficulty. Firstly, in creative mode, you are invincible. You cannot die in creative mode. So those steps were all unnecessary, except for there was an option which I didn't show to edit the game world type.
Yeah,
now,
wait a second. What the hell is this? Why does he have such a flat field?
Cook's looking at Griebs' world like, what the heck's going on here? So let's watch a little bit more of Griebs' fast-forwarded gameplay.
But how is this cheating? This is cheating.
Oh,
how did you get that?
Same creative mode as you, man.
So you can change your world type to super flat, which is what Griebs' world is.
It is not the same.
Griebs has a super flat world, and so Cook, you might be asking yourself, what on earth did Griebs just build there? So Griebs, can you tell everyone what the purpose of that thing was?
So because it's a very flat world, and this is obviously a very large diagram, I decided to build myself a little tower where I could view my diagram from above.
Okay.
All
You
right.
can fly too.
So the
And so
first
now I'm
thing,
also creating a border just so I could know where where to build within. So I'm building a 70 by 70 square cube here, or square here.
yeah,
Oh wow, you went like full creative. Interesting.
the actually it was only needed to be 50 by 50. I think it's so.
Oh,
Check
but I
this
wanted a
out.
little bit of extra leeway.
For now, we'll use our tower.
Here's some commentary.
Okay. So let's just briefly make a little ladder for our tower.
Took
Okay,
Greaves
just
a
learned
while to
about
find
ladders.
where the ladders were.
Yes. I didn't realize it was a search until later. And I was also trying to figure out how these hotbars worked. Could not figure out the hotbars.
This is hilarious.
So Greaves gets his
Oh,
ladder
yes.
built. Now you can see he's got his canvas laid out, preparing the canvas, right, Cook? That's something
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he's brought up a
Preparing the
couple times.
canvas. That's what all good artists do.
So if we're talking about preparing the canvas, then I think it only makes sense for us to jump back to Cook's video. And we're gonna have a look at Cook
Look at this shit.
goodness.
This is what I had to deal with.
preparing the canvas. So let's watch all the hoops that Cook had to jump through, Greaves. So Cook loads into a
Messy.
normal world like a noob, and quickly discovers that he does not have the space available to build something. So he does a little searching to try and find something.
He learned that he could fly, which was
He
good.
learned
Not
that
much.
he can
I'll find it
fly.
much later.
So you guys are kind of to and fro here with the same thing. So now Cook realizes he's got to do some hand
Demo.
removal. Except for Cook also must have gone to the internet to. You're going to notice something happen here, Greaves. I may have fast forwarded through it, but at one point in time, Cook
No, it hasn't happened
decides-
yet.
We're getting there soon. We're getting there real soon.
I can't believe that I didn't see. Where's the menu option for a flat world?
Oh, you were so close to it, Cook. You hovered over it and then chose not to select it. And the
I was
other thing that
told
happens,
to not change the time of day as well.
yeah.
So it was always daytime.
So Cook
Oh,
got
yeah.
stuck on nighttime here. So you can see he's like, "Where the heck am I?" Pulling up
That
F3
didn't
to see
bother
where he
me that
is.
much.
And
All right, here we
now,
go.
Cook has decided to type in some cheat codes here to automatically empty out an area, and then digs a gigantic pit in the ground.
Oh yeah, and then I started playing around because I had no idea what's space I needed.
Wow.
Yeah, so there was a lot going on here, Greaves. I know that you probably were sitting in your game going, "Man, Cook's gonna stomp me on this," and meanwhile, you're plugging away, making great progress. And you've got such a good head start because you just jump right into doing your art while Cook's got all this housekeeping to do here.
A lot of housekeeping, man.
Yep.
Yep.
We're just gonna drag this forward until we get to about here.
Are you building it into the ground, or are you doing above? Or is
He's
this just-
doing above.
Okay.
But yeah, we're like 40 minutes into his video here, and he's finally starting to get to work on the artwork now, and it's a little bit dark because it is nighttime. You can see later in the game, Cook tries to manipulate time,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
and
How
he
did
gets.
you count so fast too? Get screwed up in my counting too.
Here's a little tip. You guys can switch for your borders if you're trying to do a set pattern. Do 5
Wait a
of
second,
one
that's
type of
still not
block,
enough?
then
That has to
5
be
of
way
a
more
different
than-
type of block,
Way,
and then
way
5
more.
of this first type of block, so that you can count by fives rather than
4,
count
5,
individuals.
6, 7, 8, 9. That's a better idea. 13, 14, 15,
Um,
16, 17, 18, 19,
all right,
20,
so
20.
let's just fast forward a little bit here, and we're gonna talk about while we watch this go. Cook, can you describe the decision that you made when it came to picking the artwork that you chose to make?
Yeah, so I clearly knew that I couldn't build something on my own without having some frame of reference. So I was trying to find something that would appeal to the Taskmaster, to you, Bino.
Okay.
And I went through a few different iterations, which I think we've skipped over because I kind of talked about it in the beginning. But I thought about Destiny, which is what I ended up doing. I thought about doing a Forza thing because you're only good at racing games, so I thought maybe that would
Yeah,
appeal to
by
you.
the way, I caught that comment when
Thing.
I was watching this video and damn near spit out my drink when I was editing. Thank you for that.
And then I just thought about like some classic game characters and anything like that, but I was like, nah. I googled pixel art for Destiny, and I knew exactly, like, I've seen it before. I have a T-shirt that I think has some of them on there. I know your favorite class in Destiny is a warlock, so I was like, I'll
Yep.
just choose that and went
Okay.
with it.
All right.
So
So
just to clarify, you're basically
I
mimicking
think it was
a pixel art
tolerant.
that's
So yes,
currently
that's
on.
yep.
Okay.
yeah, Greaves, you'll be interested to know after we're done here
Definitely messed something
that
up there, but that's okay.
you know what, we're gonna pause it here. This is a great section to pause, and we'll flip back to Greaves' video because it's worth trying to reveal both of these at the same rate here. So we're gonna go back
Hey
to
everybody.
Greaves' video,
Guessing
and
by your question, you did not do that. You did it freehand, which I'm very impressed with. If you did
yeah.
that.
So let's get back here. So Greaves is at his canvas, and so Greaves used a very good word for appealing to his taskmaster. He described it as pandering. We're gonna pander to the taskmaster. So Greaves, can you tell Cook what game you chose?
So I thought the only thing I can think about with Bino is Mass Effect, and I didn't really know what
That's
to
a
do
good
in Mass
one.
Effect because it's not very pixelated at all. It's very real. But I remembered that we had done an overlay in our Mass Effect series with decision making.
Oh, very
So I
nice.
decided that I would do that overlay because that would make it instantly recognizable.
Let's see if that's
So I used a picture of the overlay, but I did not use a pixel art of the overlay. I had to draw the stupid circle all by myself, and that's why it looks like utter garbage. But that's okay. And so you see, I do not know how to fly here, so I'm climbing a ladder every single time.
That's a
That's my
really good
circle
idea,
right now.
though. I'm very. That's impressive. Good choice.
Oh, you haven't seen nothing yet, Cook. I'm awful at art, but I was very happy with my results.
This is kind of small though for 50 by 50.
So
70 by 70.
interesting note here. The kids were watching while I was editing this, and the moment when Greaves said, "Okay, that's my circle," and then climbs the ladder to view it, and we see this kind of wet circle that looks like it fell on the ground, the kids just burst out laughing. They, "Oh, Greaves, that's terrible," they say. And
It was a drafts mode for the record.
When did
Yeah.
you
Look at the
learn
thing.
to fly? Like, do you,
Oh, we'll get there.
About
We'll
halfway
get there.
through.
I don't want
Okay.
to. I don't want to spoil anything. But speaking of spoiling things, I am just looking now at OBS and I see that Greaves' face is frozen, and
Better
I
that way.
don't know how to fix that. Can
I
I?
I was very curious to see if you wasted more time climbing up that ladder than I did digging stuff out, but I doubt that's true.
I did do a lot of ladder climbing, but
Shoot, you know
it's
what?
so hard to see it from down there.
I don't think there's a way for me to fix this in time to salvage your image for this video, Greaves. So you're going to have a
Okay.
frozen face on this video, but it's paused on a very funny image, so I'm kind of okay with it. So you can see we've got two completely different strategies here. Cook has found an image and decided to replicate it, and Greaves is
Okay.
coming up with something completely off the cuff.
Extend it.
Well,
So Greaves is now
he did have a
assessing.
reference image too. I followed pixel for pixel.
Yes. Yes. You, I think I caught. I think I caught one of your comments. So now Griebs is beginning the filling in process. Griebs, real quick, while you're doing this, how did you find the creative mode interface for picking materials? Were you at first overwhelmed by all of the options that you saw, or were you like, wow, this is going to make it really easy for me to make some type of artwork?
Originally, I just figured I would grab one of each of the rainbow colors. So that's why my slate is the Roy G. Biv plus white and black.
Yep.
And then later on, as I was doing this, I realized I would need shading of some sort. So that's when I later evolved into including some. And there are lots of different colors of whites, or lots of different colors of blacks or blues, especially for what I do. So
nice. Real quick, while we're watching that video, I am going to quickly pull open something and drag it onto that screen so that you can see. We are going to find.
My circle's improving. It just needed to be recognizable. That was the key.
Yeah, I'm impressed, Griebs. This is looking good.
Here's something handy. Minecraft has a circle chart.
Oh, wow.
So this image here shows the exact layout to lay down a circle based on the different radiuses. So it's easy to, if
Wow.
you had done a quick Google search, you could have had a template to have made
It is an oval shaped, so I went going for an oval because it is an oval.
Going for an
and
oval.
secondly,
I gotcha.
I referenced it later on, but I did pull up a pixel art and decided that was against the challenge to copy a pixel art, so I would not have done that anyway.
Yeah, so actually that brings up a good point in terms of what is within the spirit of the challenge and what isn't. So the task stated you must hand place all of your blocks. Both of you met those requirements. I'm pleased to say that neither of you cheated. Now, there is a way that there are tools out there that you can use to literally take any image, upload it into an online generator, which will create a Minecraft world where that image already exists. And it will auto pick the appropriate blocks to make it the pretty much pixel for pixel match of the image that you've sent. So I just wanted to make sure that one of you guys didn't try doing that rather than get out of doing the actual work. All right, so Griebs, when as we get closer to this, you decided to come up with some text here, and then did you kind of have an idea for a scene? Yeah, that's right. So you're trying to center it.
The scene, no, I had not. At this point, I was thinking I would just do this, and then I'd throw something up top just to make it as part of.
Okay.
It looked like it was part of Mass Effect.
Was this originally supposed to be some type of test text, and you just decided to roll with it?
No, that was always my intention. It was supposed to be my goal was to make it a question that all the answers were positive, as in yes, I do win, with the exception of the red option, which was no, because really when you play Mass Effect, I know Bino never chooses the red answer.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's jump back and check to see how Cook's is going.
What materials were you using? Just like whatever the colors were?
Stone colors, yep. At the bottom there were cotton. There were lots of dyed cotton at the end. I realized was good.
This orange one looks like sand.
There is a couple. There's some corals I come across which are really annoying, where you put them down like a blue coral and a red coral, and as soon as you put them down, after 3 seconds they go gray, because they're not in water.
Oh, that's interesting. I think I caught that happening. All right, so this is where we were with Cook. I kind of
use wool.
Made a second of slowing down whenever you guys would pause to take a look.
What I like about Cook's is that there's a world around it. It looks cooler that way.
Black here.
It's
Good thing I practice this technique.
Oh yeah, what technique are you
Referencing
talking
all
about,
that.
Cook?
It's a technique that I made up.
Grass.
Left click, right click.
Perfect.
Left.
The old 1-2 combo.
Yep. See. So
Yeah, I
not
noticed that you did a
the-
lot of that when you were trying to
so make it
replace
white.
ground with grass.
Yeah, I was
Fine,
trying
fix
to
it
do more
after
canvas
too.
preparation later on after I'd done my art. It's not common to do that, but sometimes you just got to flow with the art, you know?
So I
Sorry,
think
this is a warrior logo from Destiny. That's what this is going to be.
it's a stylized warlock in the form of pixel art. So warlock is the. Did you play Destiny? You played Destiny for a little bit, right?
I did.
Yeah. Warlock is my favorite class in Destiny.
I
Cook,
messed up
did you
some of the
find that?
math.
Cook, did you find that the nighttime affected your ability to place things accurately or visual or see things, or was it not really?
Nah, it didn't really impact me. That's why I didn't really care. I did the rain at a certain point near the end. The rain. I was trying to take a picture of my thing, and the rain was just affecting that. So that's when I cleared it up. But otherwise, the weather wasn't impacting much.
Did you have much math to do in terms of because it looks like you're doing quadruple
Triple.
blocks?
I just
Triple.
multiplied by 3. And the reason I did that is because the art itself was 18 pixels, so I just multiplied by 3 to get something that was at least 50,
Gotcha.
or at least 50 wide.
So I think you guys will be interested to know that I originally had the task set to a 100 by 100 block,
Oh my god.
and decided that was probably going to be too big. I
Oh, if
didn't
that
want
had
to.
happened,
Yeah,
yikes.
I didn't want to limit your resolution to something that was too small to get a nice image. But after seeing both of yours when they're finished, I think 50 by 50 it's a nice size, and you guys have to be happy with your results.
My original
Yeah.
box was 70 by 70, but I had to expand it at the end, so I think I wound up being 78 by 70.
So I think in terms of how we wrap this up is we're gonna watch the end of how Cook does it, and then we'll catch back up
maybe
and watch
green
the end
is
of
the better.
Griebs'.
Yeah, I got distracted by this sometimes when I just wanted to clean up the canvas a little bit.
Yeah,
Pretty
green looks
kind of
better.
useless.
It's a little bit more uniform.
There you go.
Man, you would
There's
have such an
another.
easy time if you just did a super flat world.
Yeah, I know. At this, I think around this point, maybe a little bit after, I realized I needed to go a bit more further left, and I ended up blowing up some of my drawings, so I had to redo it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's before or after this. Might be
Interesting.
after
Well,
or before. I mean,
for the purposes of expediting, I'm just going to drag this forward a little bit. You can see we're back in the daylight. We get another good look at
I
the
see
way
it
this
now.
looks. Yep. I'm not going to lie, Cook. I fast forwarded to the end of your video when I first started doing this, and I was like, what is that? I didn't recognize it. And then when you said while you were building it what it was, I was like, oh, I could see that. They did take some liberties to it. It kind of looks like one of those Heroes of Might and Magic characters.
yeah, I could see that.
What are you doing there?
I think it.
Filling
I
in a
just-
hole that didn't
Yeah,
fall
just
into?
getting some more gray out there, uniforming the canvas area
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's covering up that
for no good reason.
giant dungeon that he's got down there. Oh yeah, and so what are we working on here?
I think I just start clearing out more so I can easily fill in the stones. I'm sure there's some console command for filling in the stones, but at that point I didn't want to mess with it.
You know what? That probably would have been classified as cheating because you would have been placing blocks
true.
not by hand.
Good thing I didn't do that then.
Yeah, one of the other interesting things I think Griebs learned later in the video as well is that you can, when placing multiple blocks in a line, you can just hold right click and back up and it will auto place for you. Cook, almost 65% of Griebs' blocks were placed individually.
Oh wow.
One click per block.
That's working on your APMs there.
I think he's worn his mouse out and needs a new mouse.
Yeah.
Well, when I win this challenge, I'll use the prize money towards that.
There we go. Okay, so now it's starting to rain. Cook's cleaning things up here. He's gone for purple eyes. And why did you make that change, by the way, Cook? Because you had white eyes previous.
Yeah, white eyes was the default that they had, but I was just adding a little extra flair, you know?
Okay, didn't want to go too copy pasta.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now it's not plagiarizing because it's different.
Yeah. Copy and make better. That's like how the business world works.
There we go. Now you're just clearing out more areas. Just deleting
Yeah, trying to get
chunks
a better
at a
picture.
time.
Damn it. I think I just have to wait this out. Yeah, I was trying to figure out the weather thing. Well, I think I gotta take a screenshot anyway.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Griebs,
good.
how would you rank this?
I would, on look, I would rank it very high. I'd give it like an 8 or a 9. On creativity and originality, I'd have to give it a lower number, though. Sorry, Cook.
You're gonna dock it. Okay. All right, that's good to
I didn't know we were being judged by originality.
You're not necessarily.
Not necessarily. So we're just gonna fast forward a little bit. Cook was able to finally get the rain to stop,
Cool.
and here we are with the final image. Okay.
That was good.
Cook, very well done. I have to say, I'm very pleased by this image, and I'm more pleased by the struggles that you had starting off the video by having to clear things out. So thank you very much for putting this together.
Thank you for the task.
Hey, everybody.
I'm honored.
All right, we're gonna get back to Griebs, and we're gonna catch up to where he was. He's just finished doing the Do I Wins, and
I mean, the ladder is very smart. I'll give him credit for that.
it's one of the only ways to get up in the air in Minecraft.
Yeah, I like it.
We're just gonna fast forward here through his letters.
Okay,
You can see
so-
he kind of breached
There you go,
the
that's
edges
their-
of his walls here.
Their base now.
Now I don't know what to do. I'm like, okay, now what?
Blue lady.
So then I was like, what's the most iconic thing from Mass Effect that I could do since I had a lot of time? It's like, okay, well, what's that? I don't even know what her name is anymore, but
Liara.
Liara. I was like, that was very iconic. I felt and something like maybe I could do. So the first thing, like I said, I looked up Google for pixel art of her, and then I was like, no, I can't do that. So I just found a picture of her, and then I just winged it.
Just winged it.
Yeah.
How do you think
Endings.
this is gonna go, Cook?
I don't know.
So now I chose
That
a whole bunch of
circle-
different blues for my blue shades.
They do. There are a lot of colors, and I had no idea about the coral, by the way, Greaves. So you're not the only one who would have been surprised by that.
So you,
So
at
now
this
I'm
point,
just
you still,
I know I need to do her head tails. So what I'm working on here.
you still
this is a
don't know you
coral.
can fly.
See, coral just turns gray. Like a stupid thing.
You still don't know you can fly at this point.
No.
That's
Yes.
correct.
How far into the video is it?
This is probably halfway through Greaves's.
Yeah,
so
45 minutes
It's
in.
probably 45, 50 minutes into the build.
I'm referencing a picture again here, but again, it's like an actual picture from like a screenshot from the game, not
Not pixel art.
anything else.
I found this to be fascinating, Greaves, because as you were building, I kind of had no idea what you were doing. And then there's a moment here where you, right after you finish the eye, you back up and look at it. And there's a reaction.
Oh my goodness.
For the record, at this point, I'm thinking to myself, this is a Simpsons character.
So let's go take a look at it from the tower.
Oh wow, looks like a fish.
And I was like, geez, that's really small. That's not what I expected, but okay. I was like, okay, let's get a little more spikes in there. Then I realized this was see-through, so I was like, okay, well, if I put blue underneath it, then it'll still provide a different shade again to keep different shades of blue there. Now I'm trying to figure out how to do her neck. She always wears white, so this is now the beginning of her torso.
This is funny.
I don't know if I think I mentioned this already at this point in the video. I was thinking of doing the Mako instead of a person.
Yes, you did talk about the. Yep.
Boring to put in here, so I thought a person would be better to put in here, especially since you didn't like the Mako parts of the game.
I also love Legs version 1, Griebs. I was very entertained by Legs version 1. What are Legs version 1, Cook, you might be asking? Well, we're about to see.
Oh, wow.
Nope, gotta make them a little longer.
This is
like I said, not at earnest.
It is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. As I was watching this, there were times where I had tears in my eyes and was so happy with this task, and I knew that you guys had to have been absolutely miserable doing this to feel so out of your comfort realm.
Just look.
Oh.
So I captured this. Let's go back 10 seconds. Watch.
And I think I double pressed the jump button by mistake. That's what did it. Or I triple pressed or something else. Like, hey, I kind of floated there.
Hey.
Now watch. Watch Griebs.
Yeah, I was floating there for a second.
All right, so we're like an hour into the video now, Cook. So Griebs accidentally learned how to fly an hour into the build.
I don't think I went up my ladder anymore after that. That was my last time on my ladder.
All right, that was the big thing that I really wanted to capture and share with you guys. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna drag it forward a little bit. So after we finished making Liara, Griebs, you moved on to another character. Cook, you can probably guess who this character is gonna be.
I don't remember any of their names.
This is Cook or Griebs.
I wanted to do female shepherd, but I didn't. I don't know. So I forget exactly the reason why I didn't go with female shepherd. I went with the male shepherd instead, though. And we're just gonna have the two of them. I was looking for someone again that was iconic to the game, and I was gonna have them looking at each other and talking to each other. And so this is my male shepherd, even though he never was part of our game. I'm looking for browns for hairs and stuff like that. But there wasn't really any good, I felt, color for him, so I had to go with that pinky kind of.
You know what? I was just about to comment. I actually thought that was a great color.
And then I thought he has a goatee, so I was like, okay, this is gonna again look exactly like Homer with the little thing around the mouth.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I think I'm trying to make it a little bit lighter, to make it a little bit more subtle, because it's more of a stubble than an actual.
It's
goatee.
more of a stubble than an actual. Yep.
It is Homer.
Yep. So we got Shepherd going there, and then felt a little empty in the middle.
Yep. So again, I was looking for someone iconic. So it took me a long time to figure out what a stupid name was, but then I went with Rex.
Elmo?
Rex.
Oh, Rex.
And he has a very different body shape because he has this big head that sort of takes up the top half of his whole body. So I had to think of how to make that work.
Funny, I can see his eyebrow right there. It's a very iconic eyebrow. Little snack
Snacking.
break.
Yeah, what are you snacking on there?
I'm sure it's kids' Halloween candy.
Shepherd.
That was a coral again. It went gray on me.
Ah, interesting. So then Griebs fixes the border on the outside edge, and we're just gonna Oh yeah, so you decided to throw the Mako in there anyway.
And then I was like, well, I got a little bit of extra time here. I might as well throw the Mako in here in the background. I was not happy with how it turned out. It was hard to do, especially since I was making it small, like it was in the background, further away. It just didn't lend
Kind of
itself.
looks like a curling stone.
Yeah.
A little bit, but I do certainly appreciate the effort. So now you've added the title.
This is just where I do the math to figure out how big the title has to be so I could fit this title in there. And
So
so I didn't
did
want to
you
do the copy pasting
actually
like I did before.
do math to
Oh, yeah.
figure out?
I counted how many letters I had and how wide it was, and it was 7 blocks per character, but 1 block is a space, so 6 blocks per character.
Man, look how
The
much you're
flying
flying
really
now.
helped. Yep, I know. It really made a big difference for me.
Nice.
And the
Oh, I forgot
pièce
about
de
that
résistance.
Oh.
Nice.
Well. T. All right.
Beautiful.
I think
That should be
I'm gonna
framed.
call that my-
I like it, man. I really do.
And there we have it. So let's just see if we can do this. Is it possible for me to show both of these end results?
I set
side
the
by
screen cap
side?
so you can at least use the screen cap if the
Yeah,
videos don't work.
you know what? Actually, I do have that. We're gonna go Cook
I took
Pixel
a photo,
Art.
but I didn't send it to you. Sorry, that was just for my own personal
Win
records.
Shift R. Okay, then we have Griebs Pixel Art. Both up here. So now that we've got them both in front of us, let's talk about it. Cook. I really like yours. It's fresh. It feels vibrant. The lighting is nice. The colors really pop. It truly feels like a pixel art image. Does it please me? Yes. Griebs, yours pleases me like my son's artwork from school pleases me. He'll come home with something and I'll go, holy shit, I didn't know you knew how to do that. And it goes on the fridge. And your pixel art is going on my fridge.
Awesome.
It pleases me more than Cooks pleases me. Griebs is the winner of this task because he free-handed all of it. He used reference images that weren't based on pixel art, and I know that wasn't part of the task, but I gotta give it to Griebs because he knocked it out of the park, and I absolutely 100% feel like Griebs won this one. I gotta give it to Griebs. So congratulations, Griebs.
Good
Thank you,
job,
man. It
Griebs.
was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Awesome.
That
Well,
was a good task.
that wraps up Bino's pixel art task for our Taskmaster series. If you guys enjoyed this, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you've got an idea that would make a great task for one of us to do, actually technically two of us to do, please comment below. We would love to see your ideas and try something out. So we're going to wrap this one up and we'll be on to the next one. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Bino.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cook.